Hey there, amazing viewers. Welcome to Learn Motivated Stories. If you find value in the stories I share, please consider subscribing to my channel. It doesn't cost a penny, but it means the world to me. Your support helps me continue bringing you more motivational content. With just one click, you're helping me grow and inspire even more people. Thank you for being part of this journey. It wouldn't be the same without you. A long time ago, a little bird lost a grain of food. It had fallen from her beak and gotten stuck deep in the hollow of a big old tree. The bird, needing every last bit of food she could find, went to the tree and said, "Tree, please return my grain to me." The tree, in its ancient wisdom, rustled its leaves and seemed to laugh. "Why should I give you the grain? It is mine now." "Go away," the tree boomed. The bird became very angry. How could the tree be so selfish? She flew off in a huff and found a carpenter working nearby. "Carpenter, you must cut down that tree," she demanded. "It has taken my grain and won't return it." The carpenter looked up from his work, surprised. "What are you saying? You want me to cut down a whole magnificent tree just for one tiny grain of food?" "That's not possible," he said, shaking his head and returning to his woodwork. The bird grew even angrier. She felt dismissed and unheard. Determined to get justice, she decided to go to the highest authority she could think of, the king. She flew straight to the palace and, when granted an audience, told the king, "Your Majesty, I need you to punish the carpenter. He refuses to cut down the tree that has stolen my grain and refuses to give it back." The king listened patiently, a slight smile on his face. "My dear little bird," he said gently, "you came all the way here for such a small matter. I cannot punish a good carpenter for this. It seems you are making a mountain out of a molehill." Frustrated and feeling completely helpless, the bird flew away, her heart heavy. "What do I do now?" she chirped to herself. "No one will help me." She spent the night thinking, and a new, much bigger plan began to form in her tiny head. The next morning, she went to the royal elephant handler. "Tomorrow," she said with a determined glint in her eye, "when the king is riding his elephant through the city, I have a special task for you. ... But the elephant handler just laughed at her. "You want me to do what? You're just a tiny bird. Why should I listen to you?" he scoffed. The bird, now burning with a fiery resolve, didn't give up. She flew to find a mouse. "Mouse," she pleaded, "tomorrow, when the elephant is walking, I need you to run up its trunk. It will startle him and cause a commotion." The mouse, seeing the desperation in the bird's eyes, was a bit scared but also intrigued. "Why should I do that? It's dangerous," he squeaked. "Because," the bird explained, "the elephant handler won't listen to me, and he needs to be taught a lesson for dismissing my problem." The mouse thought for a moment and agreed. The next day, as the king paraded through the city on his magnificent elephant, the tiny mouse scurried up the elephant's trunk as planned. The giant animal, startled and tickled, let out a huge trumpet and began to panic. shaking its head and stomping its feet, nearly unseating the king. The king was furious. "What is the meaning of this?" he demanded of the elephant handler. The handler, pale with fear, confessed, "Your Majesty, it was a mouse. A little bird told me to expect trouble, but I didn't listen." The king, now understanding the chain of events, summoned the bird. "You caused all this?" he asked, both annoyed and impressed. "Yes," the bird chirped bravely, "because no one would help me. The tree took my grain, the carpenter wouldn't cut it, you wouldn't punish him, and the handler wouldn't listen. I had nothing to lose." The king was silent for a moment. He looked at the tiny, determined bird and finally understood. Her problem wasn't small to her, it was everything. He ordered the carpenter to carefully carve out the hollow of the tree to retrieve the grain. When the carpenter did, he not only found the one grain, but a whole hidden stash of seeds and nuts. The tree had been a natural pantry. The king declared that from that day on, the bird and her family could take food from the tree whenever they needed. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. When you feel sad or that your problems are being ignored, don't give up. Sometimes the world might tell you that your feelings or your struggles are too small to matter. But your feelings are valid. Like the bird, you might need to find a different approach. Think outside the box and be persistent. Your single grain might be more important than anyone realizes. Don't be afraid to make some noise to be heard. Your determination can move mountains, or in this case, even convince a king. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Remember to share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.